This is the sixth day, and I figure there will be no one ever gonna watch this except for me. So I'm not gonna wear a shirt today. I'm just too lazy. Yeah, I've just finished taking a shower, and I did just cook dinner. Um, the rice is not finished yet, so while wait, I reckon we could just finish this off the speaking practice, and then I can eat my meal. So yeah, without any further ado, let's begin. We last yesterday we did not finish the topic of food and eating habit because there are too many questions. So now I will continue with this topic, about 6 to 7 questions, and if there are still more, I will continue the next day and move on to the next topic. Okay? Yep, let's go. Mm, okay, first question. Who prepares the meals you eat and do you ever cook? In the past, it was my mother. She do all the cooking, and I helped her out sometimes. You can say I'm a sous chef. I prep all the things that she need and just put it out to the cooking station so that she can cook. But right now, I'm renting a small, like a studio apartment in Hanoi, because and live far away from my home because I'm studying in university, so I cook everything all by myself. I'm my main cook, and I really enjoy cooking, so it's no big deal. Number 10. What do you think makes cooking easy and what makes it difficult? Um, my mom used to say, if you want to eat good, you need to know how to cook well. And I bring that motto in everyday cooking. I think that the thing that makes cooking easy to get and easy to learn is the fact that you know how you want to eat. And because of that, you can easily modify your cooking to your taste. When you're cooking a dish, if you find that it's too salty, then maybe next time you will be able to put less salt, and that is what makes cooking easy. But the thing that makes cooking really difficult and hard is the fact that mm, not everyone can cook, and not everyone knows the right temperature for cooking things, and not everyone knows how to properly prep or prepare the thing that they need to cook. Like, not many people knows how to clean, how to slice a piece of meat, or not many people knows the perfect temperature that prevent the texture of the dish they are cooking from getting either too hard or too soft. And that is what makes cooking difficult. There is too much to care about. You do not just get in the kitchen and get everything right in the first place. It takes time and it takes practice. What is your opinion of time-saving kitchen equipment such as dishwasher or food processor? Nowadays we have a lot of that devices, and some of it I really enjoy, like a food processor, because there are things that you cannot process or cannot mince by your hand. For example, ice or meat. Sometimes the piece of meat is too tough to be cut and diced by your hand. So having a food processor is such a convenience. But sometimes there are things that I just cannot comprehend, like the egg boiler. If you don't know, it's the device that let you crack the egg inside, and it's basically, it looks like a cigarette. It has the shape of a cigarette, and you crack the egg on one side, and they will churn out the boiled. I cannot say it's boiled. It will churn out the cooked egg, but the texture and the looks of it is just too weird. And it's not even time saving at all. You could just boil a pot of water, put the egg in, and in 5 or 6 minutes, you have a perfectly boiled egg. So, yeah, some does bring inconvenience to your kitchen, but some is just a waste of time. And I do not think it is necessary. What is your opinion? Yeah, next question. What type of kitchen appliance and gadgets you think will be useful in the future? I can instantly think of one thing, which is the uh, egg fried rice machine. We don't often see that in a household because it's just too heavy duty. But in restaurant where they have to cook batches and batches of egg fried rice and of stir fry dish in general, having a machine that can basically stir everything for you in a great amount, and all you have to do is put in the ingredients and the spices or the salt makes everything that much easier. You don't have to hire any sous chef. You don't need to tend to the fire all the time because the machine does it all for you. So yeah, I think that those kind of um, gadgets, while not that useful for a small family, will be has great importance for big restaurants. Next question: what kind of food do you like? I've already answered that. You might check the previous video. What do you know about genetically modified food? So I will just call it GM food for short. Not very much because in Vietnam people have a negative perspective towards GM food. They believe that eating GM food is either bad for your health or it can affect your genetic structure, and so people are shunned away from consuming any food that is modified genetically. So yeah, because I did not have any chance to eating it and have my research on it, I cannot say I'm an expert or even someone with the slightest knowledge of GM food. What are the purposes of GM food? Well, this surprisingly, this I know. Um, I heard somewhere that GM food is basically food that is modified so that it can either sustain harsh weather environment, harsh weather, because not anywhere is perfect for a certain species of plants or vegetable. So they need GM food to cope with the harsh weather, like too many rains or droughts or too sour soil. That's one. Another part, another reason why they producing GM food is the fact that mm, they want to add more nutrition or they want to increase the yield of the food. For example, if you have a genetically modified corn, it will be bigger and the pieces will have more nutrition. And yeah, that's the two purposes of producing the GM food that I know of. Do you think there are any potential danger of GM food? I've just said this. Many people think that it is not good for their health, and and I think that makes sense because GM food is not natural. It's basically human modification to a fruit, to a specific type of thing we consume, and there has to be more research on how badly it can affect our health. On there needs to be more caution regarding this type of food. I cannot say for sure what's the hazard of eating GM food is because I've never eaten it before, and I have, as I said, I did not do any research on it. But that's all that I can say. Is there anything? Where do you normally eat? In what ways are people's eating habit changing these days? The one thing that comes up in my mind right now is where they would eat. Mm, they are so, they are buried under the heavy schedule of work and study. So some of them may not have the time to cook for themselves and eat with the family members. And an option is just to eat out. They will either pick something to go, or they will just get in a restaurant and finish their meal there. It's much faster than having to go back to your home, finish cooking, and then eat, and then you even have to do the washing up after that. It takes a lot of time. That's one. Another thing I can say is that people tend to care more about the food that they are consuming, whether it is healthy or not. In the past, when let's say before the 2000, we as Vietnamese are still really struggling with having enough food to eat, and so we didn't care much about healthy food and you know having food that is healthy. But now, when people are much more wealthier, they tend to care more about food that is natural, that is not modified or n- not not gone under heavy process um, system. Yeah, that's the two habits I can think of. Okay, the next topic. Oh, I've spent 10 minutes talking about this. Who do you live with? I'm currently uh, all by myself. I'm a student and I'm renting a place in university. My family is living back in Sunla, which is 300 kilometers away from where I'm living right now. So yeah, I'm living alone. Who do you spend much time? Do you spend much time with your family? In the past, yes, of course, because I live with them. So besides the time that I gotta stay at school, I spend most of my time for my parents and my brothers and my grandparents. But now, since I'm on my own and they are really far off from where I'm currently reside, yeah, I they're the only time I get to spend with them is in either special holiday or in the summer vacation. Is your family small or quite large? I would say it's somewhere in between. We have five people in my family. One is my grandfather, my parents, and my little brother. So we in the house we have quite enough space to have our own private spaces, but at the same time we can have communal um, area like the kitchen or the living room. What do you do when you are all together? Most of the time we spend is for working. And right now, I don't live with them at all. So just cooking, just working all the time. And the only time I can think of we getting to, stay together is in the evening where we would eat, we would have dinner together and watch television afterwards. And we would spend some time to talk about our days. Yeah, that's just it. The rest of the time is for work and study. What sorts of things do you do with your family members? I've just, I've just said, cooking, eating, and talking about stuff in the living room. That is the three main things, three parts of my day I know of that is me with my family members. The other time is we are on our own. There's no one else. Do you get on well with your family? Why? Of course, yes. I think that they are the most important parts of my life. I would share every single thing I have in my mind with them, even if it is the most private thing you could think of. I, I trust them with my heart. So to say that I get on well with my family is in fact an understatement. I consider them my friend, my most precious part, and of course, I know them really well, and I have great time staying with them. Yeah. Okay. Pretty good. I'm gonna have to say. Now it's time for part two. Hmm. Okay. Let me read the question for you. Ambition, will animal and pet. Okay. I need to talk about a pet that I once had. Pretty hard because I'm having a pet right now. So we're just gonna talk about the pet that I'm having currently. Okay, let's just get straight into it. The one pet that I had and am currently having right now is a female dog that I myself named called Tom. I am not staying with her right now because I'm studying at the university, 300 kilometers away from my home. Yeah, but whenever I get home, she's there. Um, we had it for I don't know, maybe 6 or 7 years now, and the reason why I call it Tom is because in the past my family used to have a dog called To, which is the bowl. Like we wanted to eat so much, but so now I cannot just rename using reusing that name anymore. So I would just come up with a name that I know from Tom and Jerry. So I would just call her Tom. Yeah, she is really l- low maintenance. If I need to, yeah, to say the least. She doesn't need much. She just needs the food, water, and sometimes we will give her a shower, and we will in the winter when it's too cold. I will just take my just prepare for her a warm place that she can rest at. That's all the care she needs because um she always stay at the front door and the inside is our living room. So I would just see her every single day when I was at high school. So she can take her own walk. She doesn't need any place to go to the toilet because we have a big garden, and she can just go there. So not that much attention needs to give to her, and that is the one thing that I like. She will always be there for you, no matter even if you do not give her that much time because we all really busy and don't have much time to take her out for a walk. But she's just the most loyal creature I ever had. She always stay there. um I remember there was one time I was away for a year, and she just realized that I came back home just by my footstep. That shows how much passion and affection she have towards the family member. And she's also really energetic. Like uh not only in tending our house, she protect it all the time. Whenever there's stranger, she will bark, and whenever she sees us, she will just wiggle her tail and run towards us, and Just, well, too much energy for me often. And yeah, that's all I'd like to say about my pet. I love it to death, and I cannot imagine a day not seeing her. Really, yeah, that's all.